Welcome back to our channel. Today's flow is going to be a free flow, so this means there is nothing planned. We have no idea how long it's going to take, what movements we're going to get into. Today is all about listening to our body, being aware and conscious of the present moment, and just seeing what our body feels like doing. So let's get into it. Let's start off at the top of the mat. Bring the toes to touch. Separate your ankles slightly. And exhale, bring your hands together, heart center. And then inhale, take your arms up above your head, look at your thumbs. Take a gentle back bend. With an exhale, bring your hands down next to your feet. Make sure you let your head fall, make sure it follows the line of your spine. With an inhale, halfway lift, look past just the front of your mat. Plant your hands and make your way back into Chaturanga. With an inhale, roll yourself up into Urdhva Mukha, upward facing dog. Look up to the ceiling or to the sky. With an exhale, roll on your toes. Make your way down into Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. Plant your feet, plant your hands, push the ground away from you. Look at the point between your ankles. Couple of deep breaths. Look at the top of your mat. Walk your feet toward your hands. With an inhale, create space. Halfway lift. With an exhale, fold. With an inhale, make your way up into standing. Look at your thumbs. With an exhale, bring your hands together, heart center. And release. Exhale, hands together, heart center. With an inhale, take your arms up, stare at your thumbs, take a gentle back bend. With an exhale, fold forward, take your hands next to your toes. With an inhale, halfway lift. With an exhale, fold. Take your feet back, Chaturanga. Roll yourself up into upward facing dog, stare at the ceiling. And with an exhale, roll yourself on your toes, downward facing dog. Separate your feet at hip width. Take your glutes up and back. Stretch your arms. Press the ground away from you. Breathe. With a nice inhale, look at the top of your mat. Walk your feet to the top of your mat. With an inhale, halfway lift, create space. With an exhale, fold forward. With an inhale, make your way up into standing, thumbs to touch. Gentle back bend, exhale, hands together, heart center. Then inhale, take your arms up. Look at your thumbs. With an exhale, fold forward. Take your hands next to your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, make your way back into Chaturanga. With an inhale, roll up into upward facing dog. With an exhale, roll on your toe, downward facing dog. Now you're going to bring your knees to the ground. Keep your fingers tucked, your toes tucked, that means. Come to sit on your heels, flick your pinky if need be. Interlace your fingers behind you. Turn them around and open your chest. Look up. Feel the intense stretch on your toes. And with an exhale, release, and you're going to give yourself a big hug, opening your upper back, bringing your chin to your chest. And then exhale, release, come into all fours. Tap your feet out a little bit. With an inhale, you're gonna take your head up into cow pose. Try to bring your glutes towards your head. On an exhale, tuck your chin, tuck your belly button, make your way into cat pose. With an inhale, take your head up, take your butt up, cow pose. On an exhale, tuck your chin, bring your glutes in, cat pose. Let's do a couple rounds more at the rhythm of your breath, keeping your arms engaged and your legs engaged. When you're ready, you're going to cross your legs behind you, come into a seated position. So you're going to keep your right leg crossed or bent like this. You're going to take your left leg on top of it. Make sure your toes are flexed. Then inhale, you're going to take your arms up. Create space. So with an exhale, you're going to fold forward. Feel your glutes opening, your hips opening, relax. The more you let go, the deeper you can fold and stretch. Then inhale, come back up and change your legs. So the left leg on the bottom, the right leg on top. Keep your toes flexed. With an inhale, make your way up. And with an exhale, fold forward. Try and take your chest towards the top of the mat instead of holding yourself in. This allows you to create more space. Make sure your head follows the line of your spine. And then inhale, let go. Go back into downward facing dog. Paddle out your feet a little bit. With an inhale, take your right foot up. Bring your right knee towards your chest. Plant your right foot between your hands. With an inhale, come up. Bring your hands to touch. Stare at your thumbs. With an exhale, find a diagonal. Keep breathing, keep your bottom leg engaged. With an inhale, plant your back ankle, open up warrior two, stare at your third finger of your front arm. Keep your legs engaged. Stretch your arms as if you want to touch the opposite sides of the room. With an inhale, reverse your warrior. Look up at your right hand. With an inhale, come to center. Take your arms at your sides and gently lift off your back foot and come to warrior three. Find your drishti, make sure your bottom leg is active, that it supports you. Then inhale, gently plant your back foot again. And then exhale, make your way back down, plant both hands. Take your right foot back, chaturanga. With an inhale, upward facing dog. Then exhale, downward facing dog. Paddle out your feet. Then inhale, take your right foot up. Your left foot up, sorry. Bring your left knee to the chest. Plant your left foot between your hands. Keep your back knee lifted, make your way up. Plant your hands. Stare at your thumbs. Make sure both your legs are active or balanced. Then exhale, find a diagonal. Take your back ankle towards the back wall. Find the balance point to drishti just off the top of your mat. your front knee on top of your front ankle. Then inhale, plant your back ankle, open sideways, warrior two. Stare at your third finger or middle finger. Keep your arms active as if they want to touch the opposite sides of the room. Then inhale, reverse your warrior. Look back at your left hand. Then inhale, come back to center. Bring your arms by your sides. Then inhale, lift off your right leg. Come into warrior three. Find your balance point. Make sure your back leg is active as if it wants to step on the wall behind you. Then inhale, bring your back leg down. And hands to the floor. Left leg back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Take 5 breaths here. The next inhale, look at the top of the mat. Come to your tiptoes, bend your knees, jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, a halfway lift. Exhale, full. Then inhale, you're going to come up into standing. Bring your thumbs to touch, gentle back bend. Exhale, hands to heart center. Samastitihi. Release. With an exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Make sure your toes are planted, your feet are active. Through the activity of your feet, activate your legs. Inhale, take your arms up. Stare at your thumbs, gentle back bend. Then exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back, chaturanga. With an inhale, upward facing dog. And with an exhale, downward facing dog. You're going to turn your left ankle inward slightly. No, sorry, you're not. Lift your right leg. Bring your right knee to your chest. Right foot between the mat. Bring your left knee to the floor. Bring your fingertips to the mat. Open your chest forward. Create space, keep both legs active. It's as if you want to join both thighs at the center. It's an internal intention. You're not actually going to do that. Just to keep your legs active. You're going to plant your left hand on the floor. With an inhale, take your right hand back and grab hold of your left foot. And the aim here is not to bring your left foot towards your left glute, but to push your left foot into your right hand. Come into a twist. Open your chest and look up. Breathe. Release. Walk your right foot to the side slightly. Untuck your left toes and come onto your forearms for lizard. Open your hips. Look just past your hands. Keep your head following the line of your spine. Relax your hips, let them sink in. Keep your right knee on top of your right ankle. With an inhale, you're going to stretch your front leg, come into half splits. Walk your hands forward, take your chest towards your toes. your right knee again. Plant your hands, tuck your back toe, right leg up, and plant it. Now with an inhale, you're gonna take your left foot up. Left knee to your chest, bring it between your hands. Right knee to the floor. Bring your fingertips to the mat, open your chest, look forward. Create space. Once again, make sure both legs are active. Pressing the floor against you, away from you. Plant your right hand. With an inhale, take your left hand back. Grab hold of your right foot. Once again, kick with your right foot into your left hand. Create space. Open your chest, look up. Make sure your left knee is on top of your left ankle. And release. Walk your left foot to the side a little bit. Bring your forearms to the mat, lizard pose. Release your hips. Engage your arms to help you hold up the posture. And then inhale, come up into half splits. Flex your toes, square your hips. So you want to bring your right hip forward, left hip back. Fold on top of your left leg. Take your chest towards your toes. Keep your abdomen completely straight on top of your thigh. Bend into your left knee once again. Tuck your back toes, lift your left leg up. Plant both feet, take your vinyasa, so dive right into chaturanga. Then inhale, upward dog. Then exhale, downward dog. Take 5 breaths here, pushing the ground away from you. Looking towards your ankles. The next exhale, look between your hands, come onto your toes, bend your knees, jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees slightly, make your way up into standing. Exhale, hands together, heart center. Samastiti. Once again, find the rooting of your toe. With an inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, jump back. Chaturanga. With an inhale, upward dog. With an exhale, downward dog. Inhale, you're gonna take your right foot to your right knee to your chest, right foot between your hands. You're gonna come up into triangle forward fold. So as you can see, this flow is emphasizing a lot on stretching your hamstrings, opening your hips. And then with an exhale, we're gonna go into Prasarita Padottanasana. Make sure your feet are parallel. Then inhale, halfway lift, create space. Then exhale, fold forward, bring your hands between your feet. And try to bring your head to the floor. Once you're able to plant your head on the floor, find tripod. Make sure you want to take your toes towards the ceiling. Press the ground away from you with your hands. Make sure you don't have a necklace in the middle of your mouth. And then exhale, take your legs back towards Prasarita Padottanasana. Halfway lift. And turn onto triangle forward fold on the other side. Create space, look past your toes. And then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, you're going to take your left foot back, downward facing dog. With an inhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. So with an inhale, come to your toes, bend your knees, look forward, jump to the top of the mat. Keep your knees bent. Come up into chair pose, Utkatasana. Make sure your knees fall halfway on your feet. Look up to the ceiling. Breathe. Then exhale, bring your hands to the mat. We're going to attempt Bakasana. This is also a work in progress for me, guys, so don't feel intimidated. Take your hands out. Shoulder width, plant them on the floor. Third finger points forward. Come onto your fingertips, toes to touch. Open your knees to the sides, cover up on top of your triceps, lean forward. Take one foot off the ground, see how that feels. Take the other foot off the ground. Something that really helps me to get up into Bakasana is to look really forward, like as forward as you can. Paddle out your feet a little bit. Maybe give it another try. Paddle out your feet. Grab a hold of your opposite elbows. Bend your knees, fold forward into ragdoll. When you're ready, come to seated position. I'm going to turn to the other side because I just feel like it's better. We're going to do some Navasana work. So plant your feet. And with an inhale, come up, keep your knees bent. Palms of your hands facing upwards. Let's hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Release for 1 breath. back into Navasana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. Release for one breath. Let's go up for one last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and bring your feet under your knees. Make sure your ankles aren't underneath your knees. Feet up, hip width apart. Walk with your hands towards your feet. With that exhale, lift your hips off the floor. Press the ground away from you using your toe and your shoulders. Make sure your knees don't go to the sides so that they stay facing inwards as if you have a tennis ball between your knees that you don't want to let drop. With every exhale, try to lift your hips a little bit higher. And with an exhale, release. Bring your knees, hug your knees into your chest, rock from side to side. And use the impulse, come up into seated. Cross your legs, come into half lotus, full lotus, or just the shin cross. Plant the hands on your knees. Breathe in and out through your nose. Thank yourself for the time you invested in today's practice. Every time you get on the mat, even though it feels like a bad day, even if your practice didn't go as you wished it did, there's always something to learn. You always leave more knowledgeable than you were before. So just take this moment to congratulate yourself to making it to the mat even though you didn't really feel like it. Take this moment to make the conscious decision to carry out thoughtful and peaceful actions and words throughout the rest of your day. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.